Hi, I'm Bryce. In an ideal world, we wouldn't have to deal with people who abuse us. Unfortunately, we live in a fallen world full of fallen people, including us. So pain and hurt is almost inevitable. Today, let's talk about toxic relationships and what we can do about them. No one is exempt from the influence of sin. Christians still struggle against sin every day, and sometimes they allow it to get the best of them. Thus, toxic or abusive relationships are formed, and we occasionally wind up entangled within those terrible, unhealthy webs and cycles of behavior. Everyone is guilty on some level of being abusive or toxic to others at some point, no matter what age, ethnicity, gender, or whatever. The potential of the harm has to do with sin and our innate selfishness. Abuse is defined as the act of mistreating or misusing something or someone. Abusing things or people is a sin because it's motivated by selfishness that results in horrendous consequences for everyone involved. The fallout from abuse can be radioactively toxic. Damaged relationships, destruction of self-esteem, and painful emotional trauma are just some of the repercussions that are laid waste in the wake of ongoing abusive behavior. Some people lash out in anger when things don't go how they want them to, and innocent bystanders in their way suffer for it. What should we do if we recognize that we're in a toxic relationship with someone? Whether it's an authority figure, a significant other, or even someone we want to call a friend. If a person in your life is behaving in a way that harms your mental, spiritual, or physical health, often the wisest decision is to put some distance between you and them. That may mean dropping a class, leaving a job, moving away, or ending a personal relationship. Being angry and frustrated by a situation, relationship, or person is okay and perfectly healthy. These emotions are the brain's way of alerting us to the fact that something's wrong. If you're in a toxic environment, you do not need to get used to it or just get over it. It is okay to distance yourself, even if you're still mad. If the abuse is physical and/or you live with the person, please seek help from trusted friends or family members right away for your own safety. This is the National Child Abuse Hotline. 1-800-4A-CHILD or 1-800-422-4453. You are not required to be around someone who is exhibiting toxic behavior, even if they're a fellow believer. When speaking about the harmful behavior of a person within the church, the Apostle Paul taught us that love is the best option, but that distance may be necessary so you don't end up hurting each other a lot worse. The key to making this distance work is to avoid indulging in anger or bitterness, for both your sakes. In distancing yourself from toxic behavior, you create space for empathy, grace, and forgiveness. When you forgive, you're not excusing their behavior or saying that what they did was okay. You're setting yourself free from holding on to a grudge and giving yourself the freedom to grow and move on. You're exchanging a heart of bitterness and anger for one focused on God's love. The ability to truly forgive isn't immediate. Forgiving those who have hurt us is never an easy process, but the distance can help you work through your pain, hurt, anger, and frustrations, allowing compassion and mercy to take their place in time. And that's really key, giving yourself the time to heal physically, emotionally, and spiritually. Sometimes talking to a counselor can help sort out all the emotions you're going through and help you gain perspective and understanding about how to move forward. Seeking help is not a sign of weak faith or giving up on God's ability to heal you. Therapy could be part of God's healing process for you. Psalm 147 verse 3 tells us that God heals the brokenhearted and bandages their wounds. God's healing power restores peace to a broken, traumatized heart. Jesus cares so much for you. He gave his life to show you how much he loves you. There's no way he'll leave you without comfort, peace, healing, and vindication. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. We answer questions like this every day, so head over to 412teens.org to ask your own spiritual questions.